Right now, forgive me, right now, forgive me,
All right, Shalom Akim. All praises goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rukakwadash. Double honors goes to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, from whom I learned the truth. Much love and peace and blessings goes out to all you hopeful elect brothers that are teaching the word of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, in truth and sincerity, as well as to you hopeful elect listeners out there coming back to your power, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. So I'm the brother, I'm a one-eyed bod from Great Millstone, Kansas City branch, and Lord's willing, the Spirit speak through me to edify all the listeners out there. So this particular video I got on screen is what I'm going to play and basically go into what's known as a pretext, because what Esau Edom is maneuvering right now, how he's manipulating the scene through his media, is trying to set up a pretext to basically come against the Hebrew Israelites and all dissidents against the New World Order state. All right, so let's play this.
right now, at this point in time, domestic violent extremism, the lone wolf, the loose affiliation of individuals following ideologies of hate and other ideologies of extremism that are willing and able to take those ideologies and execute on them in unlawful, illegal, violent ways is our greatest threat in the homeland right now.
Around the globe.
I mean, so there you had it. You had this devil say that the greatest threat is domestic extremism rooted through hate. But wait, I thought you Edom. See, this shows you the hypocrisy of Esau Edom, because he's such a damn devil. He's not. When we bring up his history and what he's done to our people, that's not terrorism, though, right? That what he did to the Native American Indians and to the so-called Negroes, which are the tribes of Israel, what he did to us, as well as the brothers on the Caribbean islands, North, Central, South America, what he did to us, that wasn't terrorism. But then when there's a response to his wickedness, as you see all these anarchists and dissidents that are against his state, he labels that as extremism and terrorism. Because really, this is just a ploy. It's a pretext to go after anyone that opposes his rule. It's not about hate or that these people are so violent. They're so they're such a threat. No, the real threat to them is that certain people are woke to his deception. That's the real threat. Certain people are woke to the fact that these people mean no good to the general populace, and there are people speaking out against it, starting with the Hebrew Israelites. All right, we have the real truth, but when you look at it all across the board, when you go into these truthers and Edomites that know about how the vaccine is poison and all that, they are a threat because they influence the mind. It's not because of what we can do and kill people and all that shit. That has nothing to do with anything, Because how can random people that have no standing army, no armory of any sort, no tanks, no missiles, no anything, how can that be a threat to a government that has all these things? You see what I'm saying? So the real threat is the fact that these people know the truth and they can expose the lies and deception of the devil. Okay, and as far as us brothers, we have the ultimate truth with no side effects, if you will, because we go into and dive into the scriptures. And that's the main thing that this devil is trying to stomp out and nullify, because he's coming in with an agenda. And the agenda starts with your mind. It starts with winning over people's minds. As the more minds they have, the better. So the very fact that you have people exposing their lies is that gives him more work to work on people's minds. So he wants to X those that know the truth out the way. So I'm gonna get into a couple articles. Actually, I'm gonna read this first. This word for pretext, because this video is entitled Pretext. It says, a reason given in justification of a course of action that is not the real reason. You see, that's how these devils operate. See, the reason given here is that all these people are violent. They're this, they're that. No, that's not the real reason. The reason is that certain of these people, like they came up with this fake psyop known as QAnon. The thing about it is, people are awake to the conspiracies, how these devils conspire together to oppress the people, how they're trying to vaccinate and poison everybody. They have a depopulation agenda. That's number one. And to depopulate the earth, what do you have to do? You got to kill people. That's really what they want, you know. So that's why you got devils like this dude talking about
Subscribe to
violent extremism is the number one threat. But wait, a vaccine, a poison, a jab that hasn't even been tested, that's not a threat. All the lies is not a threat. LGBTQ plus is not a threat. When that lowers the birth rates and has people all bugged out and crazy. Nuclear bombs, that's not a threat. See what I'm saying? The greatest threat is domestic violence extremism. This shows you the agenda of what this devil wants to come in with right now in these times. We living in these times where the scriptures say the devil was come down with great wrath. Okay? Because his spirit is not turned towards anything else but combating those that are exposing him for what he really is, which is the devil. All right, so let's go to a few precepts. Actually, let's go to actually, I can't even read this because this damn pop-up, man. Well, I'll read the title. The title goes into it as well. It says, new report warns of rising threat of domestic terrorism. So this what came out just a couple of days ago. You know. So you see all these reports coming out about domestic extremism and all this. This is the focus of these devils. This is another article that came out. It says media completely ignores American secret agents' trial for terrorism in Venezuela. So you see, you got a secret agent in Venezuela got exposed, man, for bringing violence and terrorism to their country. But yet domestic terrorism, that's the biggest threat. And these devils are actively working to subvert governments of other nations. You know? All this really is a move to dissidents of the state, those that don't believe in Esau's secret government, man. That's all that is. Those that don't believe in his agenda, the New Order agenda and all this other shit. Look at this. It's former CIA director. In order to spy on domestic dissidents, just call them terrorists. See? And look, what's a dissident? A dissident is a person who opposes official policy, especially that of an authoritarian state. So America's authoritarian state, man. They show you that with the whole face mask shit. You go in a store without a face mask, they can call the cops on you. The cops can throw you in jail, beat the shit out you for not wearing a mask. It happened several times. So it's just, if you in opposition, just you have the thought of thinking the laws and legislation that they push out, the rules aren't right. You don't even necessarily have to act on your thoughts. You can just think that. But that's what makes you a dissident. That doesn't make you a terrorist, but it makes you a dissident. It means you're not in agreement with that. And the fact of the matter is, The reason why it's such a threat from these devils is that a lot of people are waking up. A lot of people actually have the inside scoop and the information how this shit is bullshit. Like, just with the United States military, over half of the United States military is not willing to take the COVID-19 vaccine, man. So that shows you that there, you know. So instead of a dissident, what do they call you? A terrorist, a extremist. Your beliefs are rooted in hate, as they say. So this is Esther chapter 4 and verse 3. Matter of fact, I want to go to the editions of Esther. Additions to Esther 4 and 3. I actually might have to pull this up on my app. So let's see here. Let's go to it. Addition to Esther 4 and verse 3. It says, "Now, when I asked my counselors how this might be brought to pass, Ammon or Haman," and this guy Haman was an agent for the Macedonian state. He was an Edomite that lived in Macedon. Okay, because when you read the Bible, it spells his name with an H in front of his name. This was the same guy that excelled in wisdom among us and was approved for his constant goodwill and steadfast fidelity, and had the honor of the second place in the kingdom, declared unto us that in all nations throughout the world there was scattered a certain malicious people that had laws contrary to all nations, and continually despised the commandments of kings. So as the uniting of our kingdoms honorably intended by us cannot go forward. Seeing then we could understand that this people alone is continually in opposition unto all men, differing in the strange manner of their laws, and evil affected to our state, working all the mischief they can that our kingdom may not be firmly established. Therefore have we commanded that all they that are signified in writing unto you by Ammon or Haman, who is ordained over the affairs and next unto us, shall all with their wives and children be utterly destroyed by the sword of their enemies, without mercy and pity, the 14th day of the 12th month Adar of this present year. So this showed you what it was, a pretext, because really and truthfully our people, we look to keep the commandments above our own selves, and we don't give a damn what you other heathens do. So what this dude Haman had to do was lie and say that there was somehow us doing our own thing and living in our ways according to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that would not let their kingdom move forward. You see what I'm saying? So he had to lie. He had to give a pretext for the persecution. But Haman, all in all, he ended up getting put to death for lying, because he was killed for being a double agent. So that shows you how the Most High operates. This isn't the first time that Esau has roused his ugly neck to come against the truth. He's done this on several occasions. This ain't nothing new. The only difference right now is he's coming in with wrath. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to allow Esau to kill a good portion of our people. The 2/3, those that actually are not in the truth, that are not worshiping Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You know what I'm saying? But all in all, still these devils are going to be defeated, man. These devils are not going to get away with a new world order. They're delusional, you know? So let's go to a few other scriptures. Psalm 37 and 14, it says, "The wicked have drawn out the sword. They have bent their bow." So what is their sword? The modern day sword is the gun. They're going to use the sword with their military and FEMA and all these things. The reason why they have drawn out, the purpose of drawing out your blade is in a point of conflict and confrontation. And that's what they look to do. It says to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of an upright conversation. You see, because of our conduct. It's not because we blowing up buildings and all this other crazy shit. We got AK-47. No, it's not because of that. It's because we have an upright conversation, because we actually know of our lineage. We know that we're the Hebrew Israelites, man. You know what I'm saying? For all these different things, they want to kill us, but the scriptures say this: their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. You see? So these devils' plans not going to work, because ultimately Yahweh Shai, the Savior, is going to come back and save his elect. All right? And these devils are going to go down upon their own sword. The very thermonuclear missiles which they invented is going to kill their ass. And then the remnant of them that don't die of the nuclear destruction, they're going to go into slavery. All right? This is Psalm 34 and 20. It says, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee? And who's the throne of iniquity? Throne of iniquity is the rulership of Esau Edom, because as he sits upon his throne, he issues forth injustice, man. Injustice and evil. It says, which frameth mischief by law. So to frame something, like you always hear that phrase, oh, I got framed for this, framed for that. It means you got set up, right? So these devils are setting up mischief and taking people's wealth, putting more taxes on them. A number of things that you can go into how this devil is mischievous. But the number one thing, what they want to do is put a RFID microchip inside of people, which is the mark of the beast. All right? So they're coming up with these laws and framing mischief and all this, giving them a pretext to be able to do what they're doing, you know? It says they gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. But the Lord is my defense and my God is the rock of my refuge. And he shall bring upon them their own iniquity, and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yeah, the Lord, our God, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, shall cut them off. You see? So ultimately, the ultimate thing is these devil's plans, they're not going to work. The devil going down, man. And we got to have confidence in that. This Revelation 13 in verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak. So who is the beast? The beast represents the fourth beast, which is the Roman Empire. And the Roman Empire is in its revival state because it went down over 2,000 years ago, right? So now it's been revived in that they should rule again. So their image represents their philosophies, the ancient Roman way coming back on the earth. So basically, as you come up against the system, the ultimate intent of this devil was what? And cause that as many should not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So they want to kill you. Like all these truthers, Hebrew Israelites, what they call Christian truthers and all this shit, they want to kill anyone who's a dissident against his image, against transhumanism and LGBTQ and against his system in general, man. You don't want to eat the American pie, they want to give you the sword, man. All right? But all in all, like the previous scriptures we read, is that these devils, they will be defeated. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is throwing a monkey wrench in their plans. So all praises goes to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Shalom.